We started getting phone calls from our peers that had shows that were saying,
So
we
we're
got
here-
a call over the weekend
got
that
shut
our
down.
show's no longer. And
So we didn't get that call. All the people on the shows were the last one to know anything was going on.
yeah.
Not every television show leaves behind a cast that fans continue talking about years after its final episode, but Iron Resurrection managed to do exactly that. While the custom builds were impressive, it was the personalities inside Martin Bros Customs that kept viewers coming back season after season. Although the cameras may have stopped rolling, the cast's stories didn't end there. Some are still building custom cars, others have launched new ventures, and a few have quietly stepped away from the spotlight altogether. Join us as we take a look at where the Iron Resurrection cast is in 2026 and what each member has been doing since the show came to an end.
Yeah.
Man, you want to come take a look at this?
What's wrong?
That's just wiping it down, brother.
You just
and
noticed that?
I just noticed that. Man, it wasn't like that when he brought it in.
Joe's not happy about it. I'm certainly not happy about it.
I need to call that dude, tell him not to come get it, you know?
He's not on his way, is he?
I talked to him this morning, says his bike's ready. Man, let me call him.
Joe Martin was always the heart of Iron Resurrection. As the owner of Martin Bros Customs and the shop's lead fabricator and painter, he had a rare ability to see potential where most people saw scrap. Whether it was a rusted frame sitting in a field or a forgotten classic hidden away in a barn, Joe could picture the finished build long before anyone else. More importantly, he had the skills to bring that vision to life without relying on shortcuts or quick fixes. Joe's passion for vehicles began when he was a teenager. Growing up around motorcycles, he taught himself fabrication through trial and error rather than formal training. By the mid-1990s, he was painting custom motorcycle tanks from a rented garage in DeSoto, Texas. As demand grew, his brother Jason joined him, and together they built Martin Brothers Customs from the ground up. Joe later gained national attention on Biker Build-Off, where his craftsmanship introduced his work to a much wider audience. By the time Iron Resurrection premiered in 2016, Joe already had years of experience behind him. The show simply gave viewers a closer look at what happened inside the shop. One thing Joe has explained since the series ended is that every cast member was a real employee. Nobody was hired to play a character. The personalities viewers enjoyed were the same people who worked there every day. Although producers sometimes wanted more drama, Joe preferred to keep the show focused on the builds and the friendships inside the shop, which became one of the reasons fans connected with the series. Iron Resurrection eventually came to an end following the Warner Brothers Discovery merger. Rather than wait for another television deal, Joe and his wife Amanda chose to focus on growing Martin Brothers Customs independently. As of 2026, Joe continues leading the shop in Johnson City, Texas, building custom vehicles and sharing projects through YouTube, where fans now get an even closer look at the team's work. Amanda Martin was much more than Joe Martin's wife on Iron Resurrection. As the co-owner of Martin Bros Customs, she handled the side of the business that viewers rarely saw, but that kept the shop running every day. While Joe and the crew focused on building custom vehicles, Amanda managed the finances, coordinated with clients, scheduled projects, handled payroll, and made sure every job stayed on track. Long before Iron Resurrection, Amanda built a successful career in banking. She worked her way up to branch manager at Wells Fargo before joining Pioneer Bank, where she later became vice president of deposit operations. Those years gave her the financial knowledge and leadership skills that proved invaluable when Martin Bros Customs began taking on larger projects. Following the show's cancellation, Amanda helped lead Martin Bros Customs into its next chapter. Their YouTube channel has become the new home for the shop's builds, giving them complete creative control over every build they share. As of 2026, Amanda remains fully involved in the day-to-day operations of Martin Brothers Customs. She also stays connected with fans through Instagram, where she shares updates from the shop, appearances at car shows, and her longtime passion for pit bull rescue. Away from the custom car business, the couple has also expanded into hospitality by launching themed lodging properties and developing an RV park near Johnson City, Texas. Jason Arrington, better known as Shag, brought a different kind of energy to Iron Resurrection. While Joe Martin focused on building the vehicles, Shag was usually the one out tracking them down. Whether he was driving across Texas to inspect a forgotten project or negotiating with reluctant sellers, his quick wit and friendly nature made every deal entertaining to watch. Long before joining Iron Resurrection, Shag built a career in marketing and promotions. His ability to connect with people made him a natural fit for the role. And Joe has since revealed that Shag was never asked to play a character. He simply encouraged him to be himself in front of the cameras. That authenticity helped make Shag one of the show's most recognizable cast members and one of the biggest reasons viewers looked forward to every new episode. However, filming a television series while balancing family life eventually became difficult. Around 2020, Shag decided to step away from the show so he could spend more time with his wife, Danielle, and their 2 children. The decision was entirely personal, despite speculation that suggested otherwise. As of 2026, Shag continues to enjoy a much quieter life in the Texas Hill Country. He co-founded Your Biker Gang, a company that offers electric minibike adventures and walking tours around Austin. He is also a licensed wedding officiant through the Universal Life Church, performing ceremonies for couples across Texas and Florida. Javier Ponce, better known as Shorty, was the painter who gave Iron Resurrection builds their final identity. While the fabrication brought each project back to life, Shorty's paintwork was often what made it unforgettable. His eye for color, detail, and finish transformed bare metal into rolling works of art, and his humble personality quickly made him one of the show's most popular cast members. Shorty appeared throughout the show's first 3 seasons before leaving at the start of season 4. According to him, he wanted to spend more time with his family, enjoy being a grandfather, and focus on growing his own business. As of 2026, Shorty is doing exactly what he enjoys most. He runs Shorty's Custom Paint in Midlothian, Texas, a shop he originally opened in 1997 under the name Elite Auto Works before relocating from Oak Cliff. He has often described his paint booth as his kitchen, a place where he feels most at home, and the quality of his work continues to prove why he earned that reputation. He also hosted Shorty's Dream Shop, which aired on Motor Trend and introduced an even wider audience to his craftsmanship. Jason Martin, Joe's brother and the co-founder of Martin Bros Customs, was one of the quiet forces behind Iron Resurrection. While he rarely sought the spotlight, he played an important role in keeping the shop running. Jason handled fabrication, mechanical work, and the day-to-day responsibilities that kept multiple projects moving at once. His work may not have created the biggest television moments, but anyone familiar with custom shops could see just how much the team relied on him. Jason appeared during the show's first 2 seasons before stepping away from the cameras. His reduced on-screen role was never surrounded by controversy or public drama. He simply returned his full attention to the work inside the shop, continuing to support the business without interruption. As of 2026, Jason remains an active part of Martin Bros Customs, working on customer builds while occasionally appearing in the shop's YouTube videos. Mike Zabonik joined Iron Resurrection as one of the shop's go-to fabricators, bringing a calm presence and years of welding experience to every project. His metalwork formed the backbone of some of the show's most ambitious builds, and his approach quickly earned the respect of both the team and the audience. Mike appeared during seasons 5 and 6, where he became known as someone the shop could rely on no matter how challenging the build. However, the demands of filming eventually began to outweigh the benefits. The long hours, weekend shoots, and constant presence of cameras left little room for family life or personal time. Rather than continue under those conditions, Mike chose to step away from television and return to a more private way of working. As of 2026, Mike continues to work as a welder and fabricator in the Dallas area, taking on a few special projects for private clients and smaller shops. Phil Cato was the upholstery expert who gave Iron Resurrection builds their finishing touch. Once the fabrication, paint, and mechanical work were complete, it was Phil's job to create interiors that matched the quality of everything on the outside. His attention to detail and easygoing personality quickly made him a fan favorite during his 3 seasons on the show. Away from the shop, Phil was also a United States Air Force veteran, and the discipline he developed during his military service was reflected in the pride he took in every project. According to reliable sources, Phil's departure from Iron Resurrection had nothing to do with the show itself. Instead, it was a family decision. When his wife accepted a major job opportunity in Atlanta, Georgia, Phil chose to relocate with her and move his upholstery business as well. He later explained that while he loved Texas and enjoyed working with the Martin Brothers Customs team, supporting his wife and family was the right choice. As of 2026, Phil is based in Salt Lake City, Utah, where Cato's Custom Upholstery continues to produce high-end custom interiors for classic and custom vehicles. He has also expanded into education through Cato 101, an online platform where he teaches upholstery techniques to enthusiasts and professionals alike. Pompa was one of the biggest personalities on Iron Resurrection. In addition to his metal fabrication skills, he brought a sense of humor that made him an instant favorite with viewers. Whether he was working in the shop or falling victim to another one of the crew's practical jokes, Pompa's reactions became some of the show's most memorable moments. Pompa appeared during the show's first 3 seasons before quietly leaving ahead of season 4. However, his absence did not go unnoticed. Fans immediately began asking what had happened. Neither the production team nor Pampa publicly explained his departure, leaving viewers to wonder why one of the show's most recognizable faces was suddenly gone. Despite the speculation, there has never been any indication of a falling out with Joe, Amanda, or anyone else at Martin Bros Customs. As of 2026, Pampa continues to live a relatively private life. Although he still posts occasionally on Instagram, he has shared very little about his work, leaving fans unsure whether he is still active in the custom car industry. Manny Velasco was one of the original members of the Iron Resurrection team, appearing during the show's first season. Although he wasn't featured as prominently as some of the other cast members, he played an important supporting role around the shop. Describing himself on Instagram as a gearhead from Austin, Manny worked alongside Joe, Shorty, Mike, Pampa, and Kato, helping wherever the shop needed an extra pair of hands. After the first season, Manny stepped away just as quietly as he had arrived. There was no public announcement from the production team, and Manny never shared a detailed explanation for his departure. His Instagram profile remains the only public connection to the show, where he still identifies himself as someone who worked with Joe Martin and the crew during those early episodes. As of 2026, Manny continues to keep a very low profile. Very little is known publicly about what he is doing today, and he rarely shares updates online.